So, the role of a stepfather is easily one of the most high risk, high reward positions that any man can put himself in. Invest the time and energy into this child or children, and things don't work out between you and the mother, then at any time they can just be taken away. And you have no legit right to those kids because they're not yours, right? So to ask a man to be in that position, I mean, it's very iffy. It's very risky, right? Like to take on the responsibilities or to lead a family that you didn't start. Uh, and for many men, it doesn't work out, right? But in some cases, it does. And in some cases, you can legitimately see the impact that having a legit father in the home, a father that cares about what happens to you, that is trying to guide you, can have, right? Like what kind of an impact that can have on somebody. And I'm gonna go to this video that truly demonstrates how much of an impact that can have, and like it's a lot, but let's get into it.
My father used to come into class and whoop me in front of everybody. Yeah, long time ago. But I was a major high-level juvenile delinquent that could have definitely been in trouble all the time. Every time I left the house, it was trials and tribulations for me. Do I put this needle here? Do I smoke this? Do I sell this? Do I carry this gun for this guy? It's every time I left the house. And my father knew I was stubborn and hard-headed. That's why he knew that all the tactics he used on me would definitely work. And it did work. My father taught me not to really cry and be sad. So when he passed away, I really let it go because I didn't get to tell him thank you enough.
So briefly, I just want to jump in. There's so many different just temptations coming at people every day, and it's even heavier when you're a kid or a teenager, right? So it's so important to have somebody that can, like, when you're coming home to where you're comfortable and you know you're set up in your patterns and so on and so forth, somebody that can talk to you and steer you in the right direction or prepare you for what's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the different things that's out there. Hey, sell this, do that, so on and so forth. The many different ways that a child or a teenager or just man in general can ruin his life that feel good in the moment, that are attractive, that seem cool, you know, to have a guiding hand to steer you in a better direction. It's something that's truly irreplaceable. Let's continue.
Shaquille promised my dad before he died. My dad said, take care of them. And he told him it's in his hands now. So kind of like passing the torch down, so to speak.
You see that I started following you? Okay, good. Make sure you send me stuff. Father taught me a long time ago it's a man's job to protect and provide. So now that the Don is gone, second in charge, which is me, I protect and I provide for my family, my brothers and sisters' family, my mother's family. It's what you gotta do as a man. Yeah. UCF? It's 3,000 right a semester? That's easy. College needs to be paid for, let the Godfather do it. Need a new car, let the Godfather do it. And that's my job.
With his stepfather gone, Shaq now feels it's his duty to provide for everyone in the O'Neal family. It is his obligation as a father, brother, son, and leader.
So this really puts me in the mind of just thinking about how many Shaquille O'Neals have we missed out on because they didn't have the proper leadership or like a father in the home. There's just like a lot of talk about representation, right? And I mean, I'm pretty much on board with people wanting to see themselves in media, to see themselves in different forms of art and stuff like that. As a man, it is useful to have available, like readily available, a man that you can see yourself in before you get to that state, right? So like if you're like a little boy or something like that, you can then see a man be a man, you know what I'm saying, before you get there, right? It's like a different form of representation, but we need it in media, but we also need representation in the home, right? So I mean, a man wouldn't be able to fully teach a little girl how to be a woman, right? He can teach her the basic stuff in that he knows, but that's from a male perspective. So there are some homes where, you know, the father isn't there. Like the most notable one is Obama, right? You know, his father was doing his thing or whatever. But even then, he still had a mother that was invested, but also a grandfather that could, to some extent, represent that male figure. You know what I'm saying? Like that male representation, you know, to teach him things that he can pass on. Like Shaq was saying, you know, his father taught him to, you know, be there for his family. You know what I'm saying? So what are the things that can be passed on, you know what I'm saying, from father to son? And for a stepfather, it's such an iffy situation, you know, because if you're legitimately going to be in that father role and legitimately going to try to teach and provide, not just financially, but mentally and you know, like provide security and stuff like that. Just knowing that it can be taken away from you at any time, like that kind of sucks, right? And there's a big conversation about that, you know, about just letting, you know, single mothers remain single mothers if this group of men has anything to do about it. And they have every right to feel that way, you know. But for me, I just wonder about what's going to happen to those kids. It's not my responsibility. It's not their responsibility. But I just think about the need of a positive male role model. Maybe it doesn't even have to be in the form of a stepfather, right? But little boys need men representation, you know, somebody that can kind of tell them what's what, prepare them for what's out here. So I don't know, that's my 2 cents. Hopefully I've communicated some things. You know, stepfathers are dope, risky but dope. If you're in a position as a woman, got a kid or two, whatever, you get a stepfather that's like legitimately on your team and on your kid's team, don't take a dump on them. You know, like I see many women that do, like this, like they don't value the guy that's trying to legitimately be there. I don't know. It's just make it easier on him if he decides to, because it is looking like there's going to be a lot of men that are going to be like, no, you have a child that's not mine, so I'm not dealing with you. So if you do get a guy that's like legitimately on your team and still a part of that crew of men that are willing to take on another man's kids, hey, don't take a dump on them. But yeah, if you enjoyed the content, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Hit me up, all so on and so forth. If you disagree, feel free to say something. If you agree, say something. You know, express yourself. If you enjoyed the content, express yourself. All right. Thank you very much.